Discussions in Washington continue on how to cover producers in the next Farm Bill. But as UNL Extension Public Policy Specialist Brad Lubben points out, farmers have a decision to make by the end of the month regarding coverage under the current Farm Bill.
You may recall when the 2008 Farm Bill was passed, we introduced this new revenue program called ACRE, and there has always been this decision about whether to sign up for the ACRE program or stick with the existing direct and countercyclical. We're now to the last year of the Farm Bill, of the current Farm Bill, and there's still this ACRE decision that has to be made before the end of May.
Now in the past it hasn't really paid off. What are we looking at this year? And we'll go through it crop by crop.
Right.
And in corn specifically, with prices that could be falling soon,
right,
would it pay off this year?
Well, clearly that's something we wanted to analyze. This might have been the first year that the safety net really looked like it mattered, because in fact corn prices have fallen substantially since since the last 2 years. In fact, the current price expectations for the 2012 crop based on USDA estimates are $1 less than the average of the last 2 years. But the way the ACRE program was written, there's also a limit on how much the guarantee could move year to year, and the guarantee was still climbing to meet current expectations, which means prices are lower, yes, expectations are lower, yes, but the guarantee still hasn't caught up, and it's still about 15% or so below current expectations.
So in terms of price, where would the market need to hit in order for that ACRE to kick in and do some help?
Right. Right now we're talking about a $5 price or better on corn expectations. Prices would actually have to drop below $4. Given average yields, prices would have to drop below $4 to trigger ACRE payments.
And that would have to be a major market mover, something like 100 million acres to be planted at the end of the June acreage report or something like that.
You're right. We'd have to have a major supply and demand shock that really changes the market expectation. It's not entirely impossible or unfathomable, but clearly the market doesn't expect that great a move.
What do you see in soybeans? How much would the price need to move there? The outlook is arguably more bullish in soybeans for price.
That's in fact the case. The outlook's been more bullish. Soybean price forecasts for the 12 crop are in fact ahead of both the 10 and 11, and so you've got an average that really trails. You'd have to have a 20 to 25% revenue loss before ACRE would matter for soybean production.
This year's soybean crop or soybean price is ahead of the average as well?
Right, yes. The soybean price for the 12 crop, this is the first estimate, mind you, by USDA of what the 12 crop price would look like, but that 12 price projection is clearly ahead of the last 2 years average.
And finally, the last crop that we're going to talk about in the state is wheat. What would wheat have to do?
Well, wheat is sitting, we're close to the end here. We have a good idea of what the crop looks like. Major surprises are difficult to come up with this late in the growing season. And so wheat expectations, well, the guarantee is similar to corn. It's a good 15% below current projections, and it's difficult to imagine payments coming out of that.
Just to backtrack and reiterate, this would be the last year conceivably for the ACRE program.
Right. A producer can actually look at the ACRE program like a one-year sign-up decision this time around. It may still be far enough out of the money that not many producers are interested, but it doesn't impact what the next year's safety net might look like.